Everyone. Thanks for watching MGS Coaching Football. I do really appreciate it. Today, in my continuing sim pressure playlist, I'm going to share with you one of our safety go blitzes. Okay, it's going to be out of our Atlantic front. Okay, so non-subscribers, you'll have to push that button. So remember, our go blitz is we're buzzing hard, see crashing off the outside of the tackle, which I'll go over. Okay, but in this particular video today, we're going to teach you how we do it with one of our safeties, okay, and the technique, therefore, that's needed because the safety's coming from depth. All right, and then I'll go through when we get three receivers to our left versus three receivers to our right, how that affects the front, how that impacts the coverage, the whole deal. All right, so this is called Atlantic Oldsmobile. Okay, Oldsmobile. Okay, so that in this particular case, that's the code for this safety blitz. All right. It's a sim pressure go. It's part of our five front system, which means we have three down linemen. Okay. I'll go through the key terms here, and then I'll go over the Oldsmobile versus three receivers to our left up top, and then what changes when we go three receivers to our right on the bottom. Okay. So first up, right, Go Blitz. Here you go, non-subscribers. Here's your one and only freebie. A C crash is coming from outside the tackle. Okay, so it's buzzing hard. Outside the tackle, crashing through behind the line of scrimmage, B to A, right? And it's therefore a bend and chase defender on a running play. Okay, not responsible for the boot. There's your freebie. In this case, since it's a safety, they're going to have to creep on the snap indicator. So what the creep is the technique that we teach our safeties, and included in that is our corners. Although when ball's on the hash, they don't creep at all. They just go right from their alignment. Okay. But safeties will always have to creep. So when we get to the diagram over here, I'll share with you how we teach what we call the creep technique. You probably already do it and you call it something else, right? So this is, the verbiage that we use. Number two here, we're able to execute on both the right and the left, always opposite the three receiver side. Okay? So what we have to do if we called Atlantic, which we did, and they put the three receivers to our right, we've got to check Pacific. And why we have to do that, Atlantic and Pacific are the same front. They're just a left and right version. If you remember that, subscribers, non-subscribers, there's a freebie. But now you got to push the button so you can learn more about Atlantic and Pacific. All right. Pacific puts us in a better position to cover the three receivers. All right, there it is. Boom, done. Number three, still use our different starting point, same ending point concept. Always recognizing that it is different. Defensive end is rarely, if ever, on the center unless we're in our sim pressure fronts, right? Same thing with our two inside linebackers. They're not usually on a tackle on the line of scrimmage unless we're in our sim pressure front, right? So got to recognize they're starting in a different spot. So even your veteran guys got to, slowly work into it. Be patient. And then number four, the coverage is man free or one high, middle closed. Okay? So when we get down here, again, that's why we check Pacific, because it's much easier to cover the three receivers, but also get to our one high, middle closed. Okay? All right, so let's get it going up here. Top diagram, we've called Atlantic Oldsmobile. They give us three receivers to our left, and you can predict this at times, meaning if ball's on the defensive right hash or big fields to the left, if you got a team that doesn't like to run a lot of fib formation into boundary, then you can call Atlantic expecting this, right? So, excuse me. We got our alignments. Ace, corner, as number one. Both sides. Deuce, means they have number 2. So on the snap of the football, he'll make sure he's in position to cover number 2. Tray means he's got number 3, and depending on when number 3 lines up, he might not have to move out at all. Correct? All right. And so I'll get to all the secondary stuff with the safety level in a minute. What's meant by mad is the Mike and dime, mad, they combo the running back. So the dime takes the running back if he comes to our right. Mike's going to pop off. Remember the pop technique, subscribers? And he'll take the running back if he comes to our left. Okay, so that's how we cover up the 5 eligible receivers. Okay? So now we get to who's blitzing. Oldsmobile is the weak side safety, meaning the safety opposite the 3 receivers. So for us, that's always going to be the whip. Okay? So the whip's on the right. Whip makes a Ringo. Between the whip and the falcon, they say Roger, Roger, Roger. So they make sure they're spinning together. Right? So now we get to the all-important creep technique. Okay? So first of all, you got to teach your guys what are snap indicators. And you do this by watching film. Okay? We all know. Hands go up. They start the cadence. Usually, if it's consistently about 1,001 after that starts and they snap the ball, that's your snap indicator. Pumps his fist, 1,001 approximately, they snap the football, that's your snap indicator. Lift the foot, right? All the different things. So we'll just say pump the fist. When the quarterback and then there are other things, like the quarterback always comes up, walks around, then he gets back in position, scans the secondary, and then, right? So while the quarterback's busy scanning, you really don't want to move, right? You don't want to show him anything. But as soon as he stops scanning, even maybe before, that's when the safety starts what we call the creep. And the creep, I know you can't see my feet, right? But he's got his inside foot, left foot up. He literally starts creeping downhill, starting to pick up a little steam, especially when he sees that fist pump. Start picking up your speed a little bit. Then at that point, if the receivers or other people see it and start trying to make huck calls or alerts, if the quarterback has time on the play clock to reset, so be it. Call this in situations when, and usually you can do this, call this in situations where the team doesn't really give themselves a whole lot of leeway. So in other words, the play clock gets down around 10 and the quarterback starts getting into this mode, he's not going to have enough time to reset a whole new play or an alert. Right? If they're snapping the ball at 15 to 20, probably not a good time to do this because if you get caught, they can reset. Right? So if this is a team that's kind of uses up a lot of the play clock, this is a good time to run this. Okay? So now up front, play side, right? Our go rules. Nose A to the call. He's just coming from a different place. Defensive ends in the B gap. Right? They reduce the front. The end has got a real long stick. He's got to get 3 gaps. But these guys are getting out of his way. Okay? They're getting out of his way. And now, when the ball snapped, hopefully the aiming point, by the way, for your safety is even with the inside linebacker slightly in front of him. So in between, either at linebacker depth, which is toes at 4, or in between he and the defensive end. So from here to here. That's the target. Ball snapped. There he comes. The Falcon does not move until the ball snapped, and then he spins middle. Spins to the middle, single high, the middle's closed. Okay? So now, if they come out to the right, we want to check Pacific. So now we have our two linebackers here who can help cover the three because Falcon's spinning away. Right? So you got the ace, the tray, the deuce, the middle, and we still got the mad Mike and dime combo in the back. Okay? He makes a lucky, which turns into a Louis. Ball snapped. He spins on the snap. Snap indicator. He's trying to get down to linebacker depth, slightly in front of him. Ball snapped. Now he's punching out. He's moving out, right? So we got our combo on the running back. Now he's got to do the long stick. Still reduce A, reduce B. Now he's buzzing off the weak side to our left, their right tackle. Okay? So one of these three guys is going to come clean on the quarterback. If they use the running back in protection, that frees up these two linebackers who now realize they don't have to cover a running back. Okay? And that's a whole separate video on then how they can add to the rush. So as I said at the beginning, thank you for watching my channel. I do really appreciate it. Any questions, please reach out to me at CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com because I would love to talk football with you.